he seems to produce his best results. I think at 39 he knows he's not going to be able to perform at the highest level all the way through the season. He's got, with 16 years of World Cup action under his belt, more experience than anyone else, and he's another very methodical athlete. He notes down everything he does, so he knows what's worked for him in the past, he knows what's likely to work for him in the future, although training requirements do change as you get older and older. More strength, less distance. Well, you've missed nothing on that short break. It is still Halvard Hannevold of Norway leading the way. Clement Bauer going well in second place. Italy with De Lorenzi in 3. Makaviv just 5.3 off the pace. Hallenbader of Switzerland is in there as well. Mickey Rush, who could do with a good run. And Martin Fourcade is up there ahead of his brother Simon, who is also in the field. Good to see the two French. And the French on a high after their gold medal yesterday in the mixed relay. That is just what they needed. Now, does Bjorndalen turn on the turbochargers now, or does he wait till later on in the race? I think he might be patient on this run. There's a big group of people to get through. Top 7 all going clear, and in fact Martin Fourcade also went clear. Michael Roche shooting very quickly, has got himself almost in touch with that leading group, so he's the fastest of those who have missed. Bjorndalen, as you saw, took his time with the first shot. He's some 20 seconds off the pace of the leaders, and Clement Bauer deciding that Hannevold's pace is a little bit too slow, and he's just pulled clear of the Norwegian. He's taken Marcus Vindisch of Italy with him. Well, someone's got a good pair of skis coming from a long way back to move up into third. We'll pick up on that in a moment. Looks like bib 17 to me, which is Martin Fourcade. So the French skis are going well. He is a good alpine skier, so he'll not be intimidated in any way by the slopes. There goes Bjorndalen, wearing one, as you know. Sweden relying on the likes of David Ekholm and Carl-Johan Bergman today. Bergman, well, he raced in the sprint, wasn't anywhere near his best. He didn't even qualify for the pursuit event, and then sat out the individual, saying that he was preparing himself for the mixed relay. And judging by his performance on the last leg, where he just didn't seem to have anything left on the last lap. I know Sweden got the silver medal, but I think they were a little disappointed that Carl didn't have the legs to take on Fourcade over that last 2.5 kilometers. Lots of information being given to the Italians. Hannevold dropping from first down to second. He's now down outside the top 6 positions, but doesn't matter. He knows what he's doing. He'll take his time, and he knows the way to win this race is to shoot well, not to ski too fast. Thomas Sikora has made his way back up through the pack. He was 19 seconds behind, and he's now within around 20-25 meters of the leaders. Easy to pick Sikora out. Look at that, he's really turning it up, going through into the top 4. Sikora needs a good run here to secure his place at the top of the World Cup standings. As a couple of our correspondents have pointed out, at the end of the season, the worst 3 results are taken away, and if you do that now, Bjorndalen does actually have the lead in the World Cup, so maybe he is going to pick up the top prize for another season. Still a long way to go. From Pyeong Chang, they make the journey to Vancouver. The racing starts there on the 11th of March, so they've got a little time off to recover from the efforts out here in Korea. Trondheim is the penultimate meeting, and then the tour finishes once again in Khanty-Mansiysk, which is a great atmosphere right in the middle of Siberia, and cracking facilities out there. An oil-rich section of Russia. So shoot number 2 in the prone position again. The wind blowing at an average, I say an average of 25 kilometers per hour. And it has been, we've had gusts a lot stronger than that already today. But with everyone racing at the same time, they pretty much get the same conditions. Now they take the lane that corresponds to their entry into the range, not the bib number. So Clement Bauer will go right the way up to lane number 1. Good observation from Christian De Lorenzi in second place, just making sure he knows what's going on. Thomas Sikora has worked his way from 11th up into 3rd on that second loop, fumbling the rifle a little, which is sometimes a sign that he's pushed the pace a little bit too hard. We'll see how he gets on. First shot down for Bjorndalen. Clement Bauer misses the first, gets the second and the third. De Lorenzi is still clean. 2 mistakes for Bauer. He will not see the leaders when he comes out of the penalty loop. Bjorndalen is clear. He'll be back up into the medal position, so that 4th gold is still very much a possibility. Rush of Germany, 5 out of 5. Shoot-off's gone clear. Martin Fourcade skiing well, shooting well. He'll be amongst the leaders. And once again, all change at the front of the field. But who are those who have suffered? You're not really going to win the race at this stage, but you can certainly lose it with too many mistakes. One more miss for Svensson. Mickey Grice, 3 misses out of 4 shots. Oh, he's missed 4 of the 5, and Grice is out of it. An extra 600 meters to ski. He will be 2.5 minutes off the pace of the leaders, and that is a disaster for Mickey Grice. Yanis Maritz goes clear, wearing number 30, a late entry to this event. Tim Burke of USA, 2 misses, 300 meters to ski. Lau Bailey rattling through the targets well. He may well come out unscathed, but he's already 40 seconds or so off the pace of the leaders. Well, there you see the order. Lorenzi, Bjorndalen, Rush in the medal positions at the moment. Let's have a look at the fall of the shot. This is De Lorenzi's shooting. Slightly low with the first and second, but pretty central. Well, a little lucky on shot number 5, which was a split round, but at least 90% of the round hitting the target. Down it goes. Now Bjorndalen turns up the pace. De Lorenzi has got to decide whether he goes with him and risks missing on the first standing shoot, or whether he is just going to ease back and ski with the chasing group. Shoot off Rush Fourcade. Fourcade, we know, has good skis, so he may well be able to stay with it. Very good to see him doing so well. Martin Fourcade, he's only 20. He's the younger of the 2 brothers, and he's already had a wonderful performance at these World Championships. And the French, of course, delighted with their gold medal in the mixed relay. Now, what is the gap? He came out 1.4 behind De Lorenzi. He's gained 3.5 seconds or so. Shoot-off came out 8.3 behind. He's lost next to nothing. Mickey Roche, 10.3, just where he was at the start of this run. In fact, Mickey Roche has lost a couple of seconds. How does he look to you? The tall figure in the dark suit looks very strong. Shoot-off only 5'5", 5'6", pushing hard at the moment. So Bjorndalen is back in charge in the men's mass start. This perhaps the best discipline as far as his record goes in major championships. He obviously didn't win last year, but took the silver medal behind Svensson of Norway, involved in a sprint finish, which he rarely wins. But despite the fact that he feels the field are going to be very spread out come the end of this one, he has been putting in extra sprint training, and we saw evidence of that in Antolz and Tesselva, where he looked strong over the last couple of 100 meters there. Also, he was sprinting well in Ruhpolding, where he picked up 2 successive victories. His tally now 87. And instead of concerning himself with Ingemar Stenmark's record, he wants to notch up 100 before he retires. And if he does keep going to 2014, I dare say that's a distinct possibility. But it would be sad to see him in a situation where he's finishing 21st, 22nd, 23rd when he has a good race. And of course there is a possibility that that's going to happen, or it's inevitable that at some stage he just isn't going to keep pace with the young guns. 35 now, Bjorndalen. Still looking fantastic. Excellent skiing. Switches into the V2 early. De Lorenzi sticking with V1. That's similar to a gearing system in the car. Bjorndalen switches back up to 3rd or 4th before he gets to the top of the hill. De Lorenzi over the top of the hill in 1st gear, and then he'll switch down. Well, these two are starting to pull a long way clear of the rest of the field. Now, once Bjorndalen gets 150 metres clear of someone, then he's earned himself a missed shot, because remember, each missed shot today incurs a penalty loop. This first standing shoot, vitally important, because if he hits all 5, his confidence will be high for the last stand shoot. If he struggles and misses 2 and goes back down into 20th position in the rankings, then Bjorndalen has no choice but to ski at maximum for the last 2 loops. Now, it's not very often you see him checking over his shoulder to see where the rest of the field are. Maybe he'll be a bit disappointed to see that Shoot-Off is still there.